The date is June 6, 1944. The world holds its breath as the greatest invasion in history begins today. More than 150,000 men are crossing the dark English Channel, heading straight into a brutal nightmare. This is History Now Studios. We explore real events and epic fiction, but today we witness the true horror of World War. Midnight strikes. Thousands of paratroopers jump into the pitch-black sky over Normandy to secure the flanks of the army. They are completely scattered by intense anti-aircraft fire, landing miles away from their designated strategic drop zones. Many are caught in trees, while others drown in fields deliberately flooded by the enemy to stop the airborne troops cold. Despite the massive chaos, these brave soldiers form small groups and begin attacking the bridges to cut off enemy forces. At dawn, the naval bombardment begins. Hundreds of battleships unleash a deafening storm of steel upon the coastal forts. The noise is absolutely physical. The entire coastline disappears behind a massive curtain of smoke and violent explosions. But the German defenses, known as the Atlantic Wall, are incredibly strong. Thick concrete bunkers survive the heavy fire. At 6:30 in the morning, the landing craft approach the sandy beaches. The ramps drop down into the freezing water. At Omaha Beach, the reality is a massacre. Machine gun fire rips through the boats before the men can even step outside. Soldiers leap into the deep ocean carrying 80 pounds of gear. Many sink to the bottom, never reaching the deadly sand. Those who make it to the shallows are pinned down behind steel obstacles. The beach becomes a brutal zone of pure terror. There is no cover from the relentless artillery. The sand quickly turns red as the initial waves suffer massive casualties. But the commanders refuse to surrender. Junior officers step up, leading charges through the mine fields with pure courage. Men blast holes in the barbed wire using torpedoes. Slowly, painfully, they begin to climb the steep bluffs overlooking. Meanwhile, at Point du Hoc, Army Rangers are scaling a 100-foot vertical cliff using ropes under heavy enemy assault. They climb while grenades fall from above. They reach the top only to find that the large cannons had already been moved. On the British and Canadian beaches, Gold, Juno, and Sword, the advance is slightly faster, but still fiercely contested. Specialized tanks designed to clear mines and build instant bridges lead the way and help break through the strong wall. By noon, the German commanders realize this is not a diversion. This is the main invasion they have feared for long years. But Hitler is asleep, and his generals are terrified to wake him. Vital tank reserves remain frozen away from the battle. This crucial delay gives the Allies the window they desperately need. They secure the cliffs and push inland very slowly. Medics work frantically on the beach, saving lives amid the chaos, dodging bullets with zero regard for their own safety. The logistics of this operation are staggering. Artificial harbors called mulberries are towed across the freezing waters. These floating ports will allow massive cargo ships to unload tanks, food, and millions of men in the next coming months. By late afternoon, all 5 beaches are finally linked. A continuous 50-mile front has been established in the region. The cost is absolutely horrific. More than 10,000 Allied troops are dead, wounded, or missing in just a single day. But the Atlantic Wall is broken. The fortress of Europe has been breached, and the long road to liberate Paris has begun. This invasion is the ultimate triumph of human courage over tyranny, proving that freedom is always worth the highest fee. Behind the lines, the French resistance destroys railway tracks to stop German reinforcements from reaching the front line. Their sabotage efforts are critical, slowing down the enemy and causing massive confusion among the occupying high forces. We often study history to understand the present. This massive battle serves as a stark reminder of the true cost of war. These ordinary men faced impossible odds on a cold beach, knowing many of them would never see their own homelands again. The sheer scale of Operation Overlord remains unmatched. It was a masterpiece of deception, strategy, and pure willpower. They fed false information to the enemy, convincing them the real attack would happen hundreds of miles away from the sea. This phantom army kept the best German divisions waiting for an invasion that was absolutely never going to happen at all. As the sun sets on June 6th, the beaches are secured, but the war is far from over. The hedgerows await them tomorrow. The legacy of D-Day lives on in the monuments, the graves, and the freedom of Western Europe that we still enjoy today. When you stand on Omaha Beach today, the silence is deafening. The ghosts of the past echo in the wind across the ocean. We must never forget the sheer determination of the men who changed the world in a single, bloody, and terrifying minute. Their sacrifice built the foundation of the modern world, a world pulled from the very brink of total and utter despair. History Now Studios honors their memory. Whether real history or epic fiction, the power of human survival inspires us. This was the longest day. This was the moment tyranny began to fall and the true victory of the Allied forces was born.